Maybe I should put on something because I don't never have shit on. Yeah, but so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Sir Howard, and I only came through to help you with your power. Power. When I talk about Jupiter, I'm speaking about how can something come towards you, in abundance. That's from people who needing you, needing something from you, needing of your aura, needing of your energy, needing of your wisdom. This is where your wisdom is. You understand? Like, it's the wisdom of the guru. A lot of people call Jupiter a guru in a planetary alignment, which it is. The teacher is the guru, is where you become, almost like, okay, this is a little sweet spot that I kind of like, I kind of like notice. But then again, I'm kind of like broad in the area right there, in the experience of those things, because it seemed to come my way like that. Now, the thing about it is how do it come? You lucky that it came, but what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna do it, or are you gonna think about it? Jupiter, it got so many options, so that's why you have to choose some of those options very carefully. Like, should I do this or should I do that? Or, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't be, tripping about it like too hard or not like that. It's really like, it's not a danger depending on what Jupiter is at in your natal chart. It's an opportunity to create peace. That's if people are willing. You know what I'm saying? You go on war, but you want to make peace. I like to make a peaceful war. I just want some peace. I don't want a war. I don't want to fight. It's where Jupiter and Aries aura gives to. You talking about Jupiter? It's one of the big gassy giants. They have a ring system too. It's real thin. I think it's thin. Look, but it's the biggest planet in the solar system in ours. Okay? They say. See, now I became a skeptic. Oh, damn. Jupiter like. It's the biggest planet, so it gives, more. Say if you searching for a certain type of stone, right? You so happen to go to the same place that you always been going to go collect these stones. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, that particular day, say if you're doing it naturally, you go to that spot out there, wherever you're going, and you go find these stones, and you hit up a different spot this time, just because of what? Your drive of curiosity. It's the philosophy. So you go over there, you go try to figure it out, see what it's given. You know what I'm saying? You might get lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, somehow, some way, because look, what are you doing? What are you doing? Will you get lucky? If you looking for gems and stones and you go digging it up and you go to another spot, so happen you was driven, you digging it up, is like way more in abundance. Or it could just be like a one big freaking stone, the biggest one you ever saw in your life. But the spot that you was at before, it had so many there too, but it just was, clusters of them. And this one right here was humongous, gigantic, Jupiter-like. Like, wow, give me some. Should be feeling blessed. We always crying over every situation. We speculating on a lot of things. You should be feeling blessed somehow. Because these things relieves you. You know what I'm saying? You got all this energy. Where you going to put it at now? You got all this drive and passion. You could be passionate about hurting people. You can be passionate about playing around too much. And you fuck around and do something that's totally crazy. Jupiter and Aries, it can bring hard-headedness too, right? You're so hard-headed, you want to do it your way. This can be like, how much have you learned? What have you learned before that you don't want to do again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that type of shit again. I had my chance to experience it. I survived, right? Because it's about that surviving. You're lucky to be able to survive. That shit. You got a part of that too. And we just not talking about survival like Rambo or somebody like that. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking about surviving through all those obstacles that you wish to take on, coming out unscathed, but still you feel a sense of like defeat if you don't grab the opportunity that you're looking for to express this side of yourself. In a what though? Now, if something here that was real mean, I'd say mean things, but it's not. We have Jupiter here. Jupiter is not mean. It don't even roll like that. It's cool with Venus as far as the harmonic ways of how they relate with each other. Those two planets. So we have to be cautious also out here. You have it on the first house, right? Aries, first house, Aries risings.
You have the key.
Just try to go through them right first. Captain.
10 minutes left to board.
Computers now have primary control of critical
This is the last call for alcohol.
1 0.
If you got Aries right there, then having that drive and that push and that force, is it going to come natural to you? Pretty much sure it is. But what are you really fighting head on, though? Because you know what I'm saying? We're going to use that spiritualness to kind of be fighting off other things so we can be able to feel free and jovial and to be able to express ourselves. So if Jupiter is like the higher spiritual side of us, then what this spiritual thing is that's blocking you, that now you have the opportunity to be able to take that on head first and be able to overcome that, right? So you can feel the freedom that you're looking for to be able to express your vitality like you would like to in a safe and a positive way. Mannerisms is all the way juicy, and you know how to get along. So that means that you know how to relate. But if it get crazy, then you already know this. Captain. Second house. Now, if it's in the second house, then it's gonna do a power move on the second house of things, right? Where you going through situations that's giving you the opportunity to either give you resources, tools and shit that you need. You know what I'm saying? Jupiter will bring in those type of things. You need some tools, you need some resources, whatever it is that you probably, put in your mouth or whatever you saving or whatever it is. I kind of like to give it to you at abundance, but you got to still be careful, right? And what you take and what you don't take. You know what I'm saying? So that's how much shit you take from people and how much shit you don't take from people. Like taking attitudes and stuff, right? People being stubborn or they being hard-headed, because of your steadfastness. So they might think that you're being stubborn and hard-headed if you face something, then you go over there and face something because you kind of, still weighing those heavy options. But the blessing comes through when you're able to push through. See, I should have went shorter with that one. Going through all those things, normally that will make you feel like you're down and you don't have the enthusiasm that you used to carry once before. It's like all that was draining and stuff. But once these things start making you feel jovial and you overcoming and you bringing stuff in, you bringing in more comfortability into your life. How do you bring in more comfortability? What do you need to feel comfort? Are you thinking about, whatever you thinking about, wherever Mars is at, Mars 7th house, you think about relationships, would that make you feel comfortable? You bring in relationships that make you feel comfortable. What about 5? Mars up in the 5th house, it'll say I'm bringing things of creativity that I feel like making me feel happy, like I feel like creating things. Rather than in the 7th house, I feel like being in a relationship, I don't feel like being in a relationship. 5th house, like, do I want to be in a real relationship or do I don't want to be in a real relationship? Do I want to create something new in a relationship? I'm sick and tired of this. It ain't new no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't exciting. So those things right there is going to jump the sailboat and kind of send everything on a plateau when it comes to any of these signs. 3rd house. And then you have Aries in the third house. It's more of a quick type of more emotion, right? When we get ready to talk about certain things.
20 minutes left to board.
Right? Gathering the information real quick and fast, able to release it and able to shift it out there. So Mars at in your natal chart will help you understand the importance of Mars anyway. You know, with this Jupiter transiting up in there anyway, it's going to kind of like just light that little piece of you on fire, just get you more motivated into that type of energy and that aura to become. You know what I'm saying? So that sign, whatever Mars is at, is going to upgrade your ass. You know what I'm saying? Just give you a little bit more extra but you got to be able to trust it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to trust what you feel. You got to be able to trust what you understand. You got to be able to trust yourself, right? You got to be able to trust yourself. You got to be able to believe in yourself. You know, got a lot of that third house energy. 4. Anyway, just talk about 4. The fourth house is all about your home, right? Aries over there in your home, right? And Aries in a home, you know, is fast, right? So opportunities at home, you know, just think about it. Real smooth with your home. Mars is going to try to put more of that lucky energy into it and try to help home out. But whatever's going on at the home, maybe some things are going away too fast. They've been leaving fast and coming fast. So they haven't been coming in fast to be able to support the family. You know, you can feel some type of shit like that was going on. Maybe it probably be now you should, you know, building up, matter of fact, taking steps, whatever it is, to unburden that part about your family. You know what I'm saying? You probably already have been making steps, but now opportunities comes in, you know, once Jupiter go ahead and get nicely tucked into the sign of Aries. You know what I'm saying? It just don't jump straight out of the water into the frying pan, but sometimes it does that. You want to be the one to catch the sizzle in the beginning, or you want to be the one to catch the sizzle when it's already hot. Warm me up is something that we all do. You can't do nothing like that. It's like talking about, give me a tub full of hot water and you know what I'm saying, just finish. You fucking get in the bitch and you a fucking potato. You get in the goddamn tub like you a potato. Tripping. You don't do that. And that's the same way when we talk about Pisces and then we start all over into Jupiter. You take it easy on yourself. That was the home. 5 is more about relationships of good times and fun times. That's what I call this. Really, a lot of people don't know is that these type of, you know, energies, you know, when Jupiter jumps into here, you'll be more of trying to protect this part on the side, because it's more like, say you got your reserves, right, in your second house. But then the things that you reserve is, you know, shit that keep you comfortable and shit like that. And that's money, right? So you got money right there. And you got other shit like your sofa, your bed, food, essentials, shit like that. Also, the roof over your head, whatever it takes to feel comfortable to your level. And then you jump over to that 5th house where you go out and you go play a little bit. You go, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about going to a Pacific mall, one that's probably fabulous, right? But you've been there before, you know what I'm saying? You go in, you go out. You ain't got no time to be bullshitting around. Like, it ain't no fucking bullshitting. But this time is different, right? Because it's the other connection where you got to be able to, what? Protect your pockets. Protect almost like yourself, and now you probably got to protect yourself, and you got to protect your goddamn pocket, because your pocket's gonna start gaining quick. You start gaining, right? Gaining reserves, then people come through real quick, hands out, and it can get real sloppy, right? It can get sloppy in the 5th house because of relationships. I think I jumped off the whole subject and I was just doing a whole story. I apologize. But anyway, the 5th house is where you spend your dough. You can find yourself receiving dough to spend. People who have a relationship with you, some people be like, you know what? They need dough. Maybe you need some dough, and they'll give you some dough if they have dough. Some people won't have it. And some people coming to you so you can, what? Because you the initiator. So some people coming to you because you probably initiated some shit, and then now that part of you is open, right? The money you received, the money that you was getting before, right? I attached this to money because of the second house. You know what I'm saying? Dumping it over to the fifth house. Okay, so I'm just attaching it to that, but it can be about food. It can be about the things that you have. Things that people see you got and shit like that. Because people can see those things and, they can start thinking more of you like a big person, like a big guru, like type person. That's why you need to protect yourself, because you're going to be bringing in the money. So you need to be able to protect your money, like the way that you spiritually are connected to it. If you release it, you know that you're releasing for a purpose. You know that you're creating for a purpose. You know it's a purpose. And that's what it's all about, being so fabulous in that fifth house. It's about when you do get this money coming through, you should throw that rainbow back over the bridge for a purpose. All right, let's go to the sixth house. Sixth house, Aries, entering into Jupiter up in your sixth house. This right here it's a dynamic movement. Like, things just move so fast. Make your back hurt. You know what I'm saying? Jupiter is mystical in a way. I mean, it's so big, but when you look up in the sky, it looks so small. Because of the near and the far. Because of the space, the time, and the eye. Because of all those things. And many more. Running into opportunities so fast here. Just trying to tell everybody, y'all just want to be safe out there with people out here. They don't know none of this shit. They taking a wrong route. You know what I'm saying? They got some of these motherfucking bitches and witches talking about male, female energy. They need to get put back in their fucking place. Some of them who are waking up and they all want to be teachers. Some not even built for that. They look, maybe you supposed to, or maybe you not supposed to. Maybe you supposed to be doing something else. You reach people through what you do. Sixth house. You reach people by what you do. Right? In the sixth house, but Aries, that gives you those opportunities like that. See, when you're thinking about the sixth house, right? Looking back on the second house, that means that a lot of your movements could really have something to do with your freedom of your daily routines, wanting to unlock that. Probably got something to do with, feeling very important at a new place. The feeling of a leader or leadership is just written in the stars of that emotion. This can be somebody who's looking for a job and finally finds one because they really believe, you know what I'm saying? You was dedicated, about something, right? Yeah, that's that house. So your opportunities open up for you. But it's really, like I said, it's so many opportunities. Maybe you probably maybe you got something else going on, right? It's break, everybody taking a break. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, you was in school or something like that, and now what you doing with yourself now? Are you thinking about, like, the career choice that you have made, right? Probably thinking, like, I don't even know if I made the right decision going to college, or, you know what I'm saying, or just taking this class. And now you probably feel like it's a waste of time because you know what I'm saying, you just spend so much time here. Now you praying for better days somewhere else, which only will require you to be able to pick up your stuff and travel a little further ahead, or have to change the way that you're thinking so you can survive this thing that you're going through, which you will overcome. And you will have so many options, so many decisions. But remember, at the end of the day, it's always a base. And if we think from the base on up, then we can be able to understand exactly what's going on. Let's go to the seventh house. Seventh house. Relationships could feel like a thing. People being rough and talking to you rough. It's crazy, right? You probably got to constantly keep telling someone, watch how you talk to me. But it's okay. We all have a little luck on our side if we decide to pick the right choice and make the right decision. With Aries up in your 7th house, giving you a push. Not just any push, 7th house. They try so hard with the Aries on the 7th house to try to get you caught up. But you can see them coming like a motherfucking wild dog loose in the middle of an empty street. You see them coming. It's fucked up. You're wise enough to understand that. I don't know if you believe that or not, though. It's the power of you to be able to be wise enough. Jupiter make you a little bit more wiser to these type of tall tales or actors that surround you. You know what I'm saying? You be able to see them. Maybe you probably get better opportunities that's open doors up for you because of the way that you talk and the way that you're manifesting certain things in your life and rising above everyone else. And everyone else is looking at you like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they got to say, but universal. It's the passion. You know what I'm saying? The passion has been lit. Jupiter is a big planet and it lit the stove. You know what I'm saying? So everybody smell what's cooking. You smell what's cooking. You know what's going on. The 7th house. But home is important, right? You care about that. You have to, right? I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Not really just having like a home and traditions. You know, really enjoying those things. Or it's just pissing you off. If money is in a house of home, then we looking at if you're doing okay, is you having a great time because you have exactly what you need to keep everything going and smooth. Other than that, you can be on the lower end and kind of like keeping your head above the water or really struggling. So you want to try to get your head above the water because normally Capricorn is always above, you know, in that high points here. So I'm pretty much sure in the family home, you know, probably the ones out of, you know, all the kids or whatever, you stand out the highest, you know, stand out more. But anyway, what about now, though? Having it open up for you to be able to understand those connections. And then we go on to the 8th house. The 8th house is the expansion, right, of deeper things, deeper meaning and deeper thoughts. You know how you like to have fun. That's a normal thing to you. But you're real rough on things. You quick to react and you quick to do things that probably shouldn't even have to be done. How are you going to give back? You give back by spiritually helping others and standing up for things that are right. Right? That's how you're helping other people go through the hurt, go through the pain. A lot of people do depend on you for the strong strength that you provide when they feel very connected to you. The strength with you out in the open, out in public. You know what I'm saying? But we pull in a lot of things in this area in our lives where sex, drugs, money, other people's resources, other people's time, your time. Was it a waste of your time? Put in more time. The ninth house is where Jupiter is very familiar with. It was like one of his little spots where it normally go at. Now here, all those things that probably try to hold you back from really expressing yourself, you probably feel more ambitious, right? Like day to day, you know what I'm saying? You know, at least for a month. To be able to get that power in, right? You're like, yes, indeed. Get that power in. So what? You who have this ninth house Aries with the Jupiter in there, when you're connecting yourself directly to the source, you should be able to have a good direction in where you want to head at to be able to find this stability that you're looking for, especially day to day. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, but you gotta feel very important because that's the energies that is given. I want you to feel important about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're making the right money, you know the right people. Is this job? I mean, doing something day to day that probably is like a little freedom, like, you know what I'm saying, still can feel like a job, work, tough, you know, in some type of way. It could be one of the most odd jobs, and shit, you just make it tough. But don't worry about that. New opportunities, new ways to manifest. Sounds pretty good. And it'll make you look good. It'll make you feel good. Because you know if you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, you look good. You know both sides of the sandwich. You know that the cheese go inside of a grilled cheese sandwich before you fry it. You know that much. That means you're going to make the right decision. Let's move on to the 10th house. 10th house. Who don't like being up here in the whole mix? Just thinking big, right? We already thought big. Now we just thinking. The thoughts has became confident to be able to absorb it all in and grow more, right? To be able to grow up more. Let you grow up some. But how are you growing and maturing? Are you nurturing yourself? That's the whole thing. Are you over nurturing yourself? That's the whole thing. Are you gonna be tough on yourself? That's the whole thing. Are you gonna feel like other people are tough on you? Either way it go, what are you driven towards? These hidden things, right? All type of things you're trying to soak up information, soaking it up like a sponge, only to make a splash. You gotta ask yourself, do I want to be living like, the relationships at my job has become too intense for me. So now it probably open up doors where you can run into new relationships. These from another type of, angle that you probably been already seeing, but you ain't really tripping about it. The information burns like a sheet of paper in here and it's all fuzzed out. But the thing about it is that it just still might go here, might go there, might go past, duck over somebody head, onto somebody head, because we shoot them in the water. So the 10th house is bringing in a joyful song, right? One that it has to overcome with the wound, right? Whatever you feel like, you could have had a head start. So I'm busting through, getting a head start now. I'm taking an opportunity to be able to travel for love, for harmony, for balance. Could be stuck on relationships also. You always want to be the first. Let's go on to number 11. These signs are interpersonal. When we go into the 11th house, we have over there the energetic energy of Jupiter traveling Aries. Jupiter is expansive. Extra room to stretch their legs out and make a choice. What would the choice be? Right? They can make a choice. Maybe it's a good one. Maybe it depends on the maturity. Right? Jupiter brings around the wisdom. You got 12 years of learning and what the fuck is going, what the fuck is given. So however old you is, 12, 24, 36, like that. Were you in between one of those or something? The 48, up and up and up by 12. Which one you in? Because that's how much knowledge you done gain and experience. And you kind of use those, or you evaporate those. You don't take them all with you. That's the thing about Aries. It got to travel light, my man. Because you don't take all those experiences with you. You ain't supposed to. You don't do that. You make the right choice and the right decision for yourself. The 11th house can get like that because we all trying to find a happy spot, the spot where we can have this freedom to be able to be who we are. So when we ain't thinking too deep, we just being who we are. We just being more of it, more talk, more expression and movement. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that shit probably get a little wore out. Motherfuckers start getting tired. People start off kind of rough and then they. Everything started to smooth off later on once Aries get to slowing down and get up and throw it, take a nap. See, you got to be able to understand this is a time of opportunity, not a time of ruining, okay? That is what the whole energetic energy is about anyway. Maybe I should write that down. Yeah, it's not the moment to be insecure. I said already, the war is to make peace, to be at peace, so you get the fuck on. What's up? I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. People, they're trying to figure out are you cool or if you're not cool with them anymore, right? And that's up to you to be able to relate those things in a more sensible, kind, caring way. You got to be able to do that. We just swinging through the door over here. In the 11 house. In the 11. Ain't nothing like the 12. But it is something like the 12. When all this is opening up, all this is speeding through, right? The speed is heavy on the mind. Can't even really be comfortable. Now you just things are moving more faster than what, you know what I'm saying? And maybe those things that was moving so fast probably was like bumming you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, why they gotta go so fast? I wish this day could have lasted a little bit longer. But no, I'm just trying to make you happy. Laugh, because we all need that. But you got it when the doors are opening for you, right? Many other doors. The things that, Jupiter probably gonna go to sleep on this one, but you know what I'm saying, it's still gonna enjoy, so it's really about making those dreams. You're really pushing them out, trying to make it a reality. And maybe through a little bit of a higher thinking, that's how you able to manifest a little few things about your new adventures and new plans that you got for yourself. Things that you feel like will work, that will do, and not really overdoing it, being too critical and, unpractical sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta loosen up a little bit. It's kind of stiff right there. So loosen up, open up a little bit, try to understand what is really given and what you're really doing, even if you're not doing it purposely and you're just going with the flow of things. Well, that was it. Till then, till next time. Planetary energy of Jupiter is happy, go lucky, fortunate, fame, prosperity, abundance, forgiveness, being rational and understanding. Having a higher understanding about certain situations and kind of gotta, listen to both sides and gotta pick a side. And sometimes, it depends on what you're picking sides on. But Jupiter is very powerful because it gives knowledge. And sometimes knowledge is very difficult to be able to express out, because some people take it in a terrible way and some people take it in a more positive way. Everything that I say, you should, just try to understand something that you connected with. And if you connected with none, then that's what it's given. I'm pretty much sure it's kind of like on time. I appreciate everyone who comes by, those who subscribed, and every little like or two and comment, Let me get up off the stand. So, what y'all think? Peace. Y'all enjoy yourself. Much love, happiness, and blessings. All back to restore.